Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you all are taking a good care of yourself. So, children, let us start today's mathematics class. This is class 10th, subject mathematics, chapter number 11, constructions, and this is our lecture number 2. And children, content I am going to cover from your textbook, that is NCERT. So children, in the very first lecture of construction, I made you understand how to divide a line segment internally in the given ratio. Okay. And I taught you how to construct the tangents to a circle. So the topic which I am going to cover today, that is the construction of tangent to a circle, means the same topic which was topic number 2 of previous lecture. I am going to proceed with the same. So children, to make you this concept understand, I am going to take the questions from exercise 11.2. Children, in my previous lecture, I took first two questions of the same exercise, okay? And question number 3 was given as homework. So now today I am going to begin with question number 4. So please listen the statement carefully. Draw a circle of radius 5 centimeter. First of all, we are supposed to draw a circle of radius 5 centimeter. Then we have been asked to construct a pair of tangents on it so that they are inclined at 60 degree. Means both the tangents are going to form 60 degree angle. And after that, we have been asked to measure the length of both the tangents. So children, let us start this question. First of all, we are going to draw a circle of radius 5 centimeter. So I am just going to measure the length 5 centimeter using compass so that I can draw a circle of radius 5 centimeters. So children, let us draw a circle of radius 5 centimeters. So children, here I have drawn a circle of radius 5 centimeters. So let us draw the radius, which is 5 centimeters. So children, as in the question we have been asked that we are supposed to draw a pair of tangent to this circle of radius 5 centimeter which are inclined to each other at 60 degree angle. Means suppose if I have taken an external point over here, from this external point if I am going to draw two tangents to this circle, then these two tangents are going to form 60 degree angle between them. Okay. Children, you may be remembering the theorem which we learnt in the chapter number 10, circles, that angle between two tangents drawn from an external point to a circle is always supplementary to the angle subtended by the line segment joining the point of contact at the center. So children, suppose if I am going to take an external point over here and I am going to draw two tangents and both the tangents are going to draw 60 degree angle. So using this theorem, you can easily understand that the angle at the center must be 120 degree, correct? Because both of these angles must be supplementary, correct? So it means that now I have to draw an angle of 120 degree at the center point. So let us draw what I am supposed to do. First of all, I am just going to draw an arc. Draw the very first arc of 60 degree. Okay. And then the another arc will be of 120 degree. Correct? So what would be the next step? As I have told you that I am just going to construct the angle of 120 degree at the center point. So just draw it. Correct? So this angle is of 120 degree. Fine. So children, as I have told you, suppose if I take an external point over here and from these external points I am just going to draw two tangents. Okay. So as we know that this is radius OA as well as OB. They both are the radii of the same circle, and radius is always perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact. So what does it implies? That at point A as well as at point B, which both are lying on the circumference of the circle, I am just going to draw two perpendiculars, means right angle on both of these points. So let us start. First of all, draw an arc of any suitable radius of your choice. Okay, at point A. Now draw the first arc of 60 degree and another arc will be of 120 degree. Correct? Okay. Now using the same arc, as you know children how to draw a right angle. So I am just going to draw 90 degree. I am just going to go for the angle bisector of 60 and 120. So using it, I am going to get one right angle that is of 90 degree. Correct? In the same manner, I have to draw one 90 degree angle at point B as well, as I know that the length of the tangents, whatever tangents I am going to draw from an external point, they are always perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact. They are always perpendicular to the radius at the point of contact. So now I am going to draw one right angle at point B as well. Okay. Correct. The first arc will be of 60 degree and another arc will be of 120. Then between 60 and 120 degree, I am just going to construct the angle of 90 degree over here. Let us extend the line segment of the previous angle which was drawn at point A. This is of 90 degree. This is also of 90 degree. So children, it is sure that this angle must be of 60 degree. How? Because as you know, this is OAB, let it be point C. OACB has become a quadrilateral. As we know that sum of all the four angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. Fine. And we know that radius is perpendicular to the tangent. Here also radius is perpendicular to the tangent. This is external point C. Is it given the point external? Let me check once. No, there is no point given. So I have considered it at point C. So this is external point. Okay. From point C, what I have done? I have just drawn two tangents, that is CA as well as CB, to this circle of radius 5 centimeters. Understood? For that, what was the procedure adopted? I am repeating. First of all, there is a circle drawn of radius 5 centimeter. As I know that the angle between two tangents drawn from an external point to the circle is always supplementary to the angle subtended by the line segment. These are the line segments which are joining the point of contact, is always supplementary at the center point. Okay. So if I construct an angle of 120 degree over here at the center, so definitely I need to draw 90 degree over here also. So it means this angle which is inclined or which is made between two tangents, that will be of 60 degree. Correct? So here we can say that both the tangents are inclined to each other at the angle of 60 degree. In justification, what will you write? You will be writing that angle CBO is equal to 90 degree. CAO is also 90 degree. Okay. Angle BOA is of 120 degree. So as we know that PCAO is a quadrilateral and the sum of all the four angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. So 90 plus 120 plus 90, that would become 300. When I subtracted it from 360 degree, I have got 60 degree as the angle which is made by both the tangents from the external point. Okay. Now, what else is asked? We have been asked to measure the length of the tangents. Children, as you know that the tangents are always equal in length whenever they are drawn from the external point. Okay. Here you can see that the length of this tangent, that is CA, is 8.5. Let us measure it now. This CB is also equal to 8.5 centimeters. So what else you are supposed to write down? Here you can write that here CA and CB are two tangents drawn from an external point C, and they both are inclined to each other at 60 degree. They are inclined to each other at 60 degree. Fine. So now we have just measured the length of both the tangents, that is CA and CB is equal to 8.5 centimeters. That length must be same, as you know that the length of the tangent drawn from the external point are always equal. Understood? Now children, fifth question was given as homework in the previous lecture. So I am going to switch to solution number 6. The statement of sixth question is, let ABC be a right angled triangle in which AB is equal to 6 centimeter, BC is equal to 8 centimeters, angle B is equal to 90 degree. Fine. And BD is perpendicular on side AC from point B. Then through B, C and D we are supposed to draw one circle, and we are supposed to draw the tangent from the external point A to the same circle. So let us start doing. What will be the first step? That we are just supposed to draw a right angled triangle ABC. So first of all, let us draw a line segment BC 8 centimeters. So this is line segment BC 8 centimeters. Okay. Now angle B is 90 degree. So let us draw one angle of 90 degree at point B. Construct the first arc of 60 degree, another one of 120. Using the same arc, I am just going to construct 90 degree angle at point B. Correct? This angle is of 90 degree. Now we have been given that AB is 6 centimeter. So let us open the compass of radius equal to 6 centimeter. Fine. While taking B as center, just draw one arc of 6 centimeter. So children, here I have got a point as A. Join this point A to point C. Fine. So this is right angled triangle, right angle at B, where BC is 8 centimeter and AB is 6 centimeter constructed. Now next is that BD is perpendicular to hypotenuse AC. Fine, from point B. So children, it means I want point D somewhere on the hypotenuse AC. Fine. So what is to be done for that? You just keep your compass at point B and draw two arcs of any suitable radius which would cut the hypotenuse. Fine. Here you can see that I have got 2 points. You can just give them the name as P and Q. Fine. Now children, what you are supposed to do, here you can see that we have got a line segment PQ. Now I am just going for the perpendicular bisector of this line segment PQ so that we can get one point D which would lie on the hypotenuse AC, and from there a perpendicular will be drawn. Okay. So for perpendicular bisector, what you are supposed to do, you are supposed to take more than half of the arc of this length PQ. So this I have taken more than half. You can see, draw one arc from point Q and another arc from point P. Which would cut this previous arc. Okay. Now join this point with point B. Okay. So children, here I have got a point, that is point D, on hypotenuse AC such that BD is perpendicular from point B on AC. So I can say that angle BDC is of 90 degree. Understood? Now children, we have been asked that we are just going to draw one circle which would pass from point B, D and C. But we cannot draw the circle until or unless we will be having some center point. So children, if it is said that there should be a circle which should pass from B, D and C, it means, suppose here I am just going to draw the circle. Through this you can easily understand that BC will be the diameter for that circle. Then and only then a circle can be drawn passing from the point B, D and C. Okay, here BC will be the diameter. Moreover, I know that in a semicircle, the angle subtended in the semicircle is always of 90 degree, which is already with us. So what we are supposed to do, first of all, we need some center point for that. Okay, so that we can draw a circle passing through point B, D and C. As I have told you, then in that case that BC will act like a diameter. So definitely for getting the center point, we are supposed to do the perpendicular bisector of this line segment BC. So let us take more than half of this length so that we can draw the perpendicular bisector. Fine. This is more than half, children, you can see. So while taking B as center point, I have drawn two arcs, and while taking C as center point, I am just going to draw two more arcs, okay, which would cut the previous arc. So children, now I am going to join them. Fine. So through this I have got one center point. Let it be point M. Okay. So we can say that BM is equal to MC. Now children, we are supposed to draw one circle which would pass from B, D and C. So what is to be done? I must have to take the compass and I have to measure this length which must be equal to BM, and while taking M as center point, I have to draw one circle. Fine. Now I have taken the length equal to BM, that is actually 4 centimeter. So while taking M as center point, I am just going to draw one circle which would pass from point B, D and of course C as well. Semicircle is drawn. Now the next semicircle I am going to draw. Now children, using this diagram you can easily understand that this is a circle, okay, which is going to be passed from point B, D and C, fine, and here BC is the diameter as I told you, and we know that the angle in the semicircle is always of 90 degree, which we already had. Understood? Now one more thing we are supposed to do in this question, that is we are supposed to construct the tangent from this external point A to this circle. So let us recall the steps. Whenever we are supposed to draw the tangent from any external point to this circle, we are just going to join that center point with that external point with the center point. Okay, so let us join A to M. Fine. What will be the next step? We are supposed to take the perpendicular bisector of this line segment AM to come to know about new center point. For perpendicular bisector, you know that we are supposed to take more than half of the length AM. Okay. So while taking M as center point, I am just going to draw one arc, and while taking M as center, again I am drawing one more arc. Fine. Now children, while taking A as center point, I am just going to cut the previous two arcs. Clear? Now let us join both of them. I am just going to make it dark so that you can come to know. So here I have got one more point. Let it be point O. This is new center point. Fine. I have been asked to draw two tangents from point A to this circle. So what I am supposed to take, I must have to measure the length either AO or OM. Fine. Then while taking O as center, I will be going to draw one dotted circle. Now I have measured the length AO and OM. Fine. Now while taking O as center point, I am just going to draw one dotted circle which must pass from point M as well. Correct? Here you can see children, I have drawn one dotted circle. Now what would be the next step? At what 2 points this dotted circle has touched the given circle? Here you can mark. Fine, you can give the name as P and P dash. This is P dash or B, that is one and the same thing. Okay, means P dash is coinciding the point B. So now let us draw two tangents from point A to point P and from A to B, which is already drawn. You can see I am just going to darken it. This is first tangent and this would be the another tangent. Correct? So AP and AP dash, these are two tangents drawn to the given circle. Fine students, this is not at all tough. Please follow the steps whatever I have taught you in this video. You will definitely be able to draw whatever is the demand of the question. In the same manner you will be able to construct this diagram. Now children, I am going to switch to the next question. This is last question of this chapter. That is question number 7. Draw a circle with the help of a bangle. Then take a point outside the circle and construct the pair of tangent from this point to the circle. This is a bangle I have taken. I am just going to draw one circle using this bangle. Now children, this is the circle which is drawn using Bengal. As we have been asked that we are supposed to draw the tangents from a point which is outside the circle. But children, you know, suppose if I have taken one external point over here, then I must be knowing about the center point. But I do not have the center point, because if I have external point but I do not have center point, then how would I join them? How would I go for their perpendicular bisector to come to know about the new center point? Okay? And then while measuring the new radius, how will I draw the dotted circle? Means the complete procedure will be left pending until or unless we will be having the center point. So what is to be done to come to know about the center point? Here I have taken 3 points. Let it be A. Here I have taken B. And here I am going to take C. Fine. So what you do? You join these two, means these 3 points, in such a way that there will be 2 chords formed. So now I am going to join A to B to form a chord, and another one is B to C. It is not mandatory that you are supposed to take the chord like this. You could take one chord here, one here, one here, as you wish. Okay. Now I have to go for the perpendicular bisector of both of these chords. Fine. So first of all, I am going to do the perpendicular bisector of the line segment AB and then of BC. So children, I am going to take more than half of the length AB. Fine. So while taking A as center, I am going to draw 2 arcs, and while taking B as a center point, I am just going to cut both of these arcs. Let us join them. In the same manner, go for the perpendicular bisector of the another chord, that is BC. Take more than half of the length BC. Fine. While taking B as center point, draw 2 arcs, and while taking C as center point, cut both of these arcs. Correct? And join them. Let us join them now. Now children, where both of these perpendicular bisectors are going to meet each other or are going to intersect each other, that would be the center point for this circle, which is drawn using Bengal. So let it be point O. Now children, I have been asked that take a point outside the circle. So here you can take any point. Let it be point P. And I have been asked to draw 2 tangents to this circle from this external point. You can take this point here also, as you wish. So now let us recall the steps. What would be the first step? Join this external point to the center point O, so that we can come to know about a line segment which we want to be bisected in 2 parts. Okay. So I have joined this center point to the external point. Now what would be the next step? Take more than half of this length OP and go for its perpendicular bisector. Here you can see I have taken more than half. Okay. So while taking O as center, draw 1 arc and draw 2 arcs, and while taking P as center, cut those 2 arcs which were drawn while taking O as center point. Correct? Now let us join both of these points. Through this, children, we have just done the perpendicular bisector of the line segment PO, where O is the center of the circle and P is the external point. Correct? So children, here I have got another point which is actually the midpoint of the line segment PO. Let it be M. So now what would be the next step? while taking M as center, I must have to take the radius equal to either OM or MP, because M is the midpoint. So both of these lengths will be same. Fine. Now while taking M as center, I have to draw one dotted circle which would pass from the center point as well as from the external point as well. Here you can see. Correct? Understood? Now this dotted circle is going to intersect the given circle at 2 points. Correct? So here you can give them the name as Y and Z. That depends on you, whatever name you want to give. Now children, from this external point, I can easily draw two tangents, okay, which would touch this given circle at point Y and Z, and they both are known as the point of contacts. So let us draw them now. This is first tangent, that is PY, and this is second tangent, that is PZ. Understood? Now children, if justification is asked of this question, then what you are supposed to do? You are supposed to join this point of contact to the center point. Join it. Though it is not asked in the question, but I am just making you recall. Fine. In the same manner, you can join this center point to this another point of contact as well. Here you know that OY is radius, and we have to prove that PY is tangent at the point of contact, that is Y. Children, here you can see that PYO must be of 90 degree. Reason you know? Because this is the angle which is made in the semicircle. So angle in a semicircle will be of 90 degree. In the same manner, PZO will also be of 90 degree. Correct? This is also the angle drawn in the semicircle, you can see. Fine? Okay. So as OY is radius and PYO is 90 degree. So PY has to be tangent. Why? Because radius is always perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact. So what we are supposed to write in the justification here, OY is radius and angle PYO is equal to 90 degree. Reason, angle in a semicircle. Fine. So PY has to be a tangent. Reason is what? Because radius is always perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact. You can write the reason as radius is perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact. Understood, children? So children, that's it for the day. Now this is the time to get your mathematics homework. So children, your maths homework is do questions 4, 6 and 7 which are taught in today's lecture number 2. Fine, of exercise 11.2 in your mathematics homework notebook. And you should have to revise exercise 11.2 complete exercise in your practice notebook. The more construction you are going to do using your own hand, the more perfection you will be getting in drawing the diagrams. Okay. So children, that's it for the day. Thank you and have a nice day.